God bless you. God bless you. God bless all of you. You're coming in right now to the Francis D. Hardison's International Ministries featuring the Hour of Power broadcast with yours truly, Apostle Francis D. Hardison. And I say, welcome, welcome, welcome. While all of you are coming in, I take time now to welcome all of my Facebook, my evangelists. So glad to have you guys joining us on the snowy Saturday evening, nighttime. Evangelists, while you guys are coming in, I need you to go ahead now and sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Show this broadcast some love. Also, keep your hearts going gingerly on the screen because that's how we travel around the world. Every heart you put on the screen propels Facebook to send this broadcast out, and that's how we change the algorithm. Oh, God bless you, all of my YouTubers. You are my ambassadors, and I'm so glad to have you guys coming in tonight to be a part of this live broadcast. Ambassadors, I ask you each time you come on to make sure that you give this live broadcast a thumbs up. That's how we propel YouTube to push us out and to recommend our channel to other people. All right, come on in, come on in. Need you to, on YouTube, share it out, sprinkle it out, do what you do. And I want you to come on in. Let's get ready to have a wonderful time tonight in the Lord. All right, as you're coming in, if we have any first-time viewers on any of our platforms, make sure that you comment the number one. Sometimes I forget to say that, but comment the number one, and someone from our awesome community will welcome you. And I can assure you that I will go back and give you that welcome. All right, while you're coming in, listen to our theme song, We Can Be Free. Hallelujah. Glory. Oh, yes. My. You're gonna find out. Glory to God. What you believe. What do you believe? My. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. God bless you, Missionary Deaconess Kathy Gaddy from the Waynesboro, North Carolina area. So glad to have you with us, darling. All right, daughter Keisha Bryant coming in to us from New Jersey. Don't y'all forget to comment your city and state to let everyone know where you're watching this live broadcast from. Thank God for my very own sister Florence right here with us in Sharon. Well, we're going to do that. All right. For the Santiago Flores, thank you for joining us on YouTube. So glad to have you with us. Mama J, how are you? So glad to have you here with us on our program tonight. God bless you. God bless you. God bless all of you. You have just entered into the Francis D. Hardison International Ministries. Make your decree. Make your decree. Make your decree. Yes, God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. All right, Elder. So glad to have you with us. Come on. All right. We can be free. You just came into the Francis D. Hardison's International Ministries featuring the Hour of Power broadcast. And I'm so glad to have each one of you joining us live right now. And I am thankful for those who will watch our replay later on tonight, in the morning, whenever you watch it. I thank God that you will be a part of the Hour Power broadcast. And I always start out by saying this is the day, the hour, and the very minute that the Lord has made. We are going to rejoice in this day and to be glad in it. I don't know about you all, but I thank God for the snow. It's been snowing here in our home, at our home all day. The snow is just so beautiful coming down, and I'm giving God the praise and the glory and the honor for allowing us to see this snow come down. And I've been telling people God is so good until he gives us a time to rest. When God created the heaven and the earth, he did everything in 6 days. And on the seventh day, God rested. So I don't get upset. I don't get aggravated. I just say, God, you know that we need some rest. And it's up to each one of us to take advantage of this time that God has given us, a time to rest, a time to relax ourselves, a time to regroup, a time to spend time with our families. We have a lot to give God praise for and to give God glory. All right, I'm asking you guys right here on Facebook, the evangelist, keep the hearts going gingerly on the screen, because you know that's how we go around the world. Every time you hit those hearts, Facebook is taking note. They got a computer that's working in the back, and that algorithm is keeping up with everything that we do. So I encourage you to do that. So before we get started, let me stop and give each one of you that cyber hug. And I hug you out in Cyberland to let you guys know that you are loved, appreciated, and valuable. And I thank God for you. I thank God for you. And as we get ready to go into our special edition, just go ahead and drop some hugs in the comment section to let your friends know right here with us that you love them, you appreciate them, and that you value them. If you saw the notice that I put out, we came on early. We had a little technical difficulties. And if you don't understand broadcasting, you will not understand that times will come when technical difficulties will arise. But I thank God in the background. My daughter Faith runs this program. She is the producer of everything that you see. And she works behind the screen to make sure that everything goes along smoothly. So before I go any further, would you drop some hand claps in the comment section, and let's celebrate Faith for all of her hard work and all of her efforts that she do to ensure that this Hour Power broadcast goes on without a hitch. All right, special edition. In case you guys didn't know, I celebrated my birthday on yesterday. And I thank God for allowing me, for gracing me to be here for 72 years. I don't look like what I've been through with, but I thank the good Lord that he has graced me. He has allowed me to be here for 72 years. I don't feel any ways tired, not in the Lord. I may get tired physically, but spiritually, I have been revived. And I don't feel like giving up on the Lord. I don't feel like taking a back seat on the Lord. I feel like moving on. And isn't it ironic that we have been going live ever since 2018? So the Hour Power broadcast is celebrating 8 years of broadcasting live. 8 years of broadcasting live. If this Hour Power broadcast has been a blessing to you, if you have gleaned something from it, if it has helped you in your walk with the Lord, I'm not asking you to celebrate me, but can you celebrate the Lord for bringing us all together in the foundation of the world and allowing this to materialize? Well, I got a special guest, and I thank God for my special guest. When I asked him about coming on. He didn't shy away. He just wanted to know what did I want him to do, and he said that he would. So my grandson, our grandson, Jeremiah Midas Hardison, is going to come on the screen for a few minutes, and he's coming to us from Columbia, South Carolina. He is a student at the University of South Carolina. Give my grandson a hand clap in those comment sections.
Hey,
Blessings, baby.
yeah, I wanted to come on here and tell you first, happy birthday. I know your birthday was yesterday. Happy 72 years. And I wish you many, many more. And also, I wanted to say that I'm proud of you for running your Hour Power broadcast for 8 years. That's a big achievement. And you mentioned me wanting to do this with like no qualms or quarrels about it. But you do a lot for me, Mama. So of course I'll hop on here and say a few words for you. You know, you always blessing me, helping me get through my school. So of course I'll come on here and say a few words for your broadcast and for you because I love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much, Jeremiah. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. I know today probably a day that's laid back and you're able to just get some rest. But when you said you would come on, you really blessed me beyond measure. We're praying for you, my Our Power community. We're praying that God will just keep on blessing you and using you and that you will become everything that God said that you would be. I love you, baby.
Love you too, Mama, and stay
All
warm.
right. All right. Give my baby a hand clap. Isn't that awesome? You heard what he said? He didn't mind coming on because he says grandma checks on him, helps him in school, make sure that he's doing all right. That's what we're supposed to do. I don't care how big they get, how grown our grandchildren get. We should keep on pouring into our grandchildren. Well, I thank God for Jeremiah, wishing his mama a happy birthday. And we told him we want to come back on the end and say something that would be fine. Well, we're going to talk about the Hour of Power broadcast. I love those hearts. We're going to talk about the Hour of Power broadcast, how God has blessed me to sit in this same chair for 8 years and to bring you the Hour of Power broadcast. The Hour of Power broadcast started off as a whim. I just felt like I could do this. And I never forget I made that little video on Thanksgiving at my sister Marilyn's house. And after making that video, I began to say to myself, I think I can. I believe I can. And the next thing I know, the Hour of Power was birthed. And I thank the Lord for that. So I have another special guest. I'm going to change hats on tonight. And we're going to bring on in a few moments someone to interview me. And the one that's coming, he doesn't search for words. He knows how to flow. He knows how to ask the right questions to get a person to talk. God has blessed him. He can tell you more about it in his music career, producer, songwriter, you name it. He does that. But most of all, he is our second child, our first son, Jerry, and he's known in the music realm as Midas Hardison. Give it up for Jerry Midas.
Good evening. Good evening to my mother. Good evening to everyone out there in the Our Power community. If you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, before we proceed, we want to encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. As Mom says, help boost this program out into the algorithm. And we're so proud of her for celebrating 8 years of doing this Our Power Ministries. Not only that, but we wanted to say happy birthday, celebrating 72 years of being on this earth. And we've had the I've had the pleasure of joining you for 47 of those years, and we're looking forward to many more. So it's a pleasure for me to join you here tonight as we celebrate both occasions, and we hope everyone in the community is staying warm, staying safe. And while I'm on screen, I'm usually in the chat too, but want to thank all of you for being so faithful these 8 years and for supporting my mother and her ministry, her vision and she's international now. It's not local. And the beauty of the internet is you have the ability to be international. You're not just
Amen.
local, you're not just national, but you want to be international. So it's a pleasure to be here. We were brainstorming earlier today, and we just came up with an idea. We wanted to do something a little different to commemorate the birthday, along with the anniversary of the Our Power community. So I'm glad to be here, Mom. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad to have you, and thank you for saying yes.
Oh, of course. I mean, it was your birthday yesterday. It's the least I could do.
You bless my heart really good. I'm looking forward to the night, and I know that
Yes.
we're going to have a nice time. It's going to be laid back, probably going to be humorous, and
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like the Our Power community on Facebook and YouTube will have a great time on tonight. Sometimes people need to know sometimes a little something about the other side of the person.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. This would be a chance for the audience to get to know you just a little bit on a deeper level, a personable level. And this is an interactive chat. So you guys feel free to chat, ask your questions as we have a conversation. And we're looking forward to having some fun. Now, speaking of the producer, she did mention to me earlier during the broadcast, she has a video that she wanted to play. If it's ready, I guess we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of everything. Faith? All right, all right. So we just wanted to set the stage. We gotta gotta set the stage for the celebratory event
Yes,
and all of the festivities. You
yes,
know,
we have.
so as aforementioned, my mother did tell you all, and you all probably know that I'm involved in the music field. I songwrite, I produce, I'm a musician, and I also podcast. I have my own show that I'm a co-host of. It goes by the name of No Shortcuts with Midas and Fame, which is available on YouTube. It's available on Spotify, available on Apple Podcasts and Twitch. So after we sign off tonight, if you'd like to go over and follow No Shortcuts with Midas and Fame, feel free to do so. We won't mind at all.
At
So,
all.
Mom, I think what I'd like to do is just kind of combine a little bit of, uh, your life growing up and things, and then getting into ministry and bringing it up to present day. So, for those that don't know, where were you born and raised?
I was born right here in the city of Sherrill. I have spent my entire life here. I've never moved to another state. So Sherrill has always been my home from day one.
Yes, yes. As they call it, the prettiest town in Dixie.
Yes, the prettiest town in Dixie.
Yeah, yeah. And what was life like in Sherrall growing up as a child for you?
Okay. Life for me growing up as a child, and I would have to say, and I guess most people my age would say the same thing, it was simple.
Hmm.
We didn't have much. We didn't really. My father had a car. He got a car a little bit later on in life, and we walked
Walked a lot.
everywhere we went on just about. Maybe some different times we may have had to ride in the car, but we walked. I
Hmm.
walked to school. We walked to the grocery stores.
Hmm.
I just walked everywhere to the laundromat. We
Yeah.
didn't have much. And growing up, when I was a child, we lived in a 3-room house.
Hmm.
And I'm not talking about a 3-bedroom house.
Three
I'm
rooms.
talking about 3 rooms.
Mm.
We had a kitchen, we had a bed, 1 bedroom, and what we called back then a front room.
Okay.
Nowadays, people have gotten away from the term front room and they call it what, a den or
Hmm.
whatever. But
Or
we had a
living room.
front room. So we
Uh-huh.
had beds in there and slept with my 2 sisters. We didn't
Hmm.
have running water. We didn't have inside toilets. or anything of that nature. But I didn't think it strange because
Mm.
everyone in the neighborhood had the same
Same
thing.
thing. Yeah.
No one in the block had running water in the house. They didn't have bathrooms or anything like that. Now their houses were a
Mm-hmm.
little bit bigger than our house, but
Mm-hmm.
right there we had those 3 bedrooms. I see Linda on the screen, but we had 3 rooms,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how God brought us up. So that's how my life. It was simple.
Simple.
My mother kept a tight rein on us. She didn't let us get out in the streets and roam and do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
She kept a watchful eye on us. And I think even though we may have felt like that was harsh or hard, but I
Uh-huh.
know that it paved the way
Yeah.
for my life now and for what I'm doing.
Okay. Now you're the second oldest of 5 children?
I'm the second oldest of 5 children. My
Uh-huh.
oldest one is my brother, and his
Uh-huh.
name is Tom.
Mm-hmm.
He's retired from the Air Force. He lives in Tampa, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord, I believe God's going to grace him.
Yeah.
This July, he will celebrate his 75th birthday. So
Yeah.
God's been good to all of us.
That's right. That's right. And we got to shout out Aunt Flo because she's usually here in the chat. We got to
Yeah, she's in the
shout her out.
chat.
Yeah. Also Aunt Marilyn, Uncle James. You
Yes.
know, yeah, all the siblings, my aunts and uncles. What were some of your responsibilities growing up, being the second oldest female?
Being the second oldest female, I carried the load.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say carried the load, it was just like I was the second mother
Uh-huh.
because our mother worked, God blessed her. She used to work in the beginning in restaurants
Uh-huh.
and in schools as a cook because at that particular time it was hard for a female, especially a black female, to get a job in the plants.
Mm-hmm.
So she did that type of work. And later on, through the assistance of a Caucasian,
Uh-huh.
she was able to get a job at one of the thriving plants here in Wallace, South Carolina. Some of these people online from this area may remember
Mm-hmm.
the Delta Finishing Company. So
Right.
when my mother got that job at Delta Finishing, she worked there, and I became the surrogate mother. I
Mm-hmm.
learned to cook at an
Mm-hmm.
early age.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to start learning how to cook chicken, fried chicken, cook
Uh-huh.
biscuits, which I wasn't too good at.
Right,
My
right.
brother would oftentimes tease me how my biscuits back then would be hard as a rock.
They still ate them
But
though,
you
I'm
know
sure.
what? They ate those biscuits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I did all the housework. My
Um,
sisters Florence and Marilyn, we call her Judy. They didn't really start doing housework until I got married. I
mm,
carried the load. I took care of them. And my mother, she couldn't really plait or braid hair, whatever you call it back then. And
uh-huh.
Florence and Marilyn didn't like the way my mom would do their hair.
Oh, so you had to
So
do
then I
that.
had to become the hairdresser.
Okay.
I would braid their hair and get them ready for school. So I think my role as being the second oldest and the
Uh-huh.
oldest girl, it
Hmm.
turned me into a surrogate mother. And I
Yeah.
learned how to care and I learned how to love at an early age, I tell you.
Yeah. And some of that you're still doing to this day. You
I'm
have
still carrying Florence, carrying Marilyn,
uh-huh.
carrying James, and I'm
Uh-huh.
still carrying Tom.
Yeah. And your children and grandchildren and
Yeah,
all of
my
those
children and my grandchildren.
and the extended family on the airwaves as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, if you haven't had a chance to try her food tastes like she been cooking for a long time. Excellent cook, many good
Thank
meals
you.
over the years. It's too many to name. At this point, we definitely always look forward to Thanksgiving and Christmas. Do we need to take a moment for comments?
Yes, Elder Trina Austin, you all let us know where you're commenting from too. But she's coming out of New Jersey. She said
Okay.
she had to what? She had to go
To
to the
go
pump to
pump,
get
get
water.
the water. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, you know, uh, and like you said, things were very simpler, more simple back then, and we thankful as the generations have have passed, you and dad, have had the opportunity to show us better, and we are able in return are able to do even better for our kids, you guys,
Mhm.
grandchildren. So yeah, so that's a interesting and wonderful early life, definitely. What would you say, because you started out as an evangelist, and then you were a prophetess, and now you're an apostle. What would you say one of your earliest experiences in the prophetic realm would be, and when did that happen?
Okay. I believe maybe I was around 15, 16 years old,
Hmm.
somewhere in that nature. My first prophetic dream, and this is in my book. Whenever we finish getting it edited,
Yes, yes,
um,
coming, y'all.
my first introduction into the prophetic was through a dream, and I
Hmm.
didn't know anything about the prophetic. It would be
Hmm.
years later that I began to understand what I saw. But
Hmm.
in this dream, I dreamt that I had literally died.
Hmm.
And after being dead, my body was brought home, put in the living room.
Hmm.
And there was so many flowers. They were in, I can see it as if it happened
Hmm.
yesterday.
Hmm.
Flowers were all in the living room area. They were
Hmm.
on the front porch, and they were on the ground. And this old preacher, and I remember his name was Reverend Bloomfield, preached my funeral.
Hmm.
When I woke up, Lord knows, I'll tell you no lie. I was
Hmm.
so nervous.
I could
I was
imagine.
afraid. I didn't know what to do because I had never dreamt anything of that magnitude.
Right.
So I told my mother about the dream. I think my mom was a little scary.
I could imagine. Yeah, and
And
yeah,
for her
rest in peace,
child, I
Reverend
come
Mantle.
tell her that she dreamt that she had died. I explained the dream to my mama verbatim. And my
Hmm.
mama was so afraid and she was nervous. And we had an older neighbor. Her name was Miss Geneva.
I
She
remember you
lived, you
calling
know
her
Miss
name.
Geneva, man?
Yeah.
She lived right next door. And so my mama told Miss Geneva about the dream. She had me to tell Miss Geneva about the dream.
Hmm.
And I told Miss Geneva about it. And she told my mother, she said, Mantha, because they call my mama Mantha. She
Hmm.
said, don't you worry, Francis not going to die. She said, God is showing us something. She
Hmm.
said, we're going to watch this dream and see what happens. All
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
So Miss Geneva says all that, but it didn't take away my fear
Right.
because I'm the one that dreamt it.
Right.
And the words sounded okay. I feel like those words probably comforted my mother. And I
Hmm.
can't say they comforted me because I didn't want to go to sleep
Right.
because I had the fear that I might dream that again. And I
Hmm.
didn't want to dream it. So
Hmm.
some time passed. I can't remember it was a month or whatever. But the lady who lived on the corner of us,
Hmm.
she passed.
Okay.
And she happened to sell candy out of her homes. Like back then we had Mary Jane. Some people
Oh
on here might
yeah.
recognize the Mary Jane,
Uh-huh.
what you call those squirrel nuts,
Squirrel nuts, different
cookies, and
things like
all that
that.
kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And she sold drinks.
Okay.
So she passed. And
Mm.
when she passed, her husband had an idea. He said, I'm going to take her body home
Wow.
because so many children in the neighborhood would come and
I
buy
did.
from them. And he knew everybody probably wasn't going to get to the funeral. So he wanted
Mm.
the neighbors to be able to come to view his wife. I had never seen that before in my life.
Yeah.
And he brought her body home. Flowers was placed in their front room where her
Mm.
body was, on the front porch and the front yard. And Reverend Bloomfield preached the funeral.
Wow. Wow. And you were how old at around
I'll say
15?
about 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you when you had the vision of the stick? You tell us a story about you saw a stick like as if it fell in front of you, but then after you
Oh,
jumped
that was
back.
the earliest. Okay, I didn't
Okay.
understand that. That was when I was real young.
Okay.
We I went outside because we had outdoors. I guess they call them speakers. We're fancy. We say faucet now, but
Yeah.
we had a spigot.
Uh-huh.
And I went out with my mama. She was on the porch, and she gave me the bucket and told me to get the water out of the spigot. So when I
Mm.
leaned over to get ready to turn the water on, I had a vision. I saw a stick coming because it was dusk dark. And I
Right.
saw the stick coming. And when I saw the stick coming, I jumped up. And my
Mm.
mama said, I jumped back. And she said, why did you jump back? I said, Mama, a stick is coming. And by the time I said that, the stick was coming.
Wow.
And if God had not shown me that
You would have
stick,
got hit.
there's a great possibility I could have been struck in my head. That's the first one I had
Yeah, so that's at an early age, just
at an early
having
age.
experiences, and of course, you grew up going to church and participating in church. How I guess how important was it, as far as you and the rest of the family and going to church and participating in church growing up?
Okay. My mother always made sure we went to church. And I tell people, even though my husband, your dad's a pastor, my home church will always be the PD Union Baptist Church
Uh huh.
under the leadership of the late Reverend James C. Levy Sr. That's
Hmm.
where we would go to church. On the Sunday school, I was going to Sunday school, part of the children's choir. Went to what we had, BTU, Baptist Training Union. Went to all that. So at the age of 12, there was a tradition at the Baptist church that you brought your children to the revival.
Hmm.
And in coming to the revival, they had to get saved. No, we didn't call it get saved. Back then, it said get religion.
Get religion, okay.
Get religion. So we had to go to church during the
Hmm.
summer months to get religion.
Uh-huh.
So when that time came, we went, got down. They put the benches up front. They called that the mourner's bench.
Okay.
And we got down there and were praying, and the older people were standing behind us, and they were singing, they were praying for us and everything. And I can't remember on what night it was when it happened, but one of those nights near the end, I felt something.
Hmm.
I felt something, and I jumped up and I started praising the Lord. I was dancing in the spirit, which we call shouting. I
Uh-huh.
was dancing in the spirit. So I feel like at the age of 12, I do know that. I feel like God really saved me, but it would
Hmm.
take time before I walked fully into salvation, knowing what all salvation entailed. And I would go to
Hmm.
church and I would dance, I would dance, I would dance. Reverend Levy baptized us on a Sunday, and I went down under the water. I came up, I was shouting, I was
Hmm.
dancing and praising the Lord. And then people would tell my mama, you need to stop her because she's playing with the Lord. She don't know what she's doing. But at
Hmm.
72 years old, I'm still
Yeah,
jumping.
that sounds like that. That sounds like that Shirley Caesar song. Was that the "Hold My Mule" song? One of them songs with Shirley Caesar. They
Hold
say
my
she
mule.
not playing this time.
They're not playing. And that's the way
Yeah.
it was. So I feel like I got that. And as prime time progressed, your dad had started this community choir, and
Uh
that's
huh.
when I was introduced to what we call Holiness Church. And
Okay.
just so happened the pastor there was a prophet. So one thing led to the other, and I feel like that was the key to unlock what was on the
Hmm.
inside of me.
And that would be Prophet Redding, correct?
Prophet E.W. Redding.
Okay. And
Correct.
you and dad grew up classmates.
Oh yeah, went to school together. We lived around the corner from each other.
Yeah, live close by, all of that good stuff. Okay, then I guess started after you started going to the church, y'all started dating and everything.
Yeah, we dated going to church. We didn't date like other people.
This is church service of the day. You want to go to church tonight?
We go to
That's
McDonald's
yeah,
and get
absolutely.
a Big Mac and some French fries. And back then,
Uh-huh.
I used to like Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Coca Colas go up your nose a little bit. They strong, you know.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
Yes,
Lord.
yeah, so then of course, you guys, of course, get married and everything, and have Faith, myself, and Matt. When did you begin? I can't remember exactly, but did you begin preaching sermons in the pulpit? Give us a little backstory about from that time, I guess, getting married and having children and going to church and preaching your first sermon and stuff like
And
that.
now look, I had no idea I was gonna be a preacher.
Uh-huh.
Because I got married and I was happy in what I was doing, assisting your father when he was, because he wasn't pastoring at that time. And
Yeah.
we would go to services and I would help him hold the oil while he anointed
I
people,
remember that.
the
Yeah, I
little
remember
handkerchief
some
to
of that.
wipe his little face off and
Yeah.
do things like that, taking care of children. So I had no idea. So the year of God actually called me to preach before Faith was born,
Okay.
the year of 1976, when he
Mm.
called me to preach. And this is what he told me. And no one around me was saying stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me to make full proof of my ministry, do the work of an evangelist. He said, I want you to walk in the office of a prophet. Wherefore I have already ordained thee from the foundation of the world.
Mm.
I never heard that before in my life.
Mm.
I didn't even know that was in the Bible.
Yeah.
I was not familiar with Jeremiah 29 and 11. So here
Mm-hmm.
I am hearing the Lord say these things. And I said, oh, God, I'll tell you. It was something. So I got that. That was the initial call. But, I never told anybody.
That's what I was
I
gonna
never
ask
told
you. Did you
anybody
tell
to what
anybody?
God told me.
Okay.
But I did let them know the Lord had called me to minister. So I
Uh-huh.
started ministering the word of the Lord April 1977 in February, and I preached my first message Mother's Day, 1977.
Okay, okay. And I do recall you telling us how when you first started preaching, your voice would be weak and
Woo.
different things. If we look at you now, we would never know that. But just tell us a little bit about your progression as far as starting out and some of the things you went through doing your first sermons and dealing with your voice and everything.
Okay, my first sermon. Now watch, it was getting close to that time for me to deliver the first message.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know what I was going to say. The Lord had not talked to me. He had not given me a word for his people. And I found myself, I said, Lord, I need to tell these people I made a mistake.
Mm.
You didn't call me. I don't have anything to say. I was really, really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward one afternoon, your dad and I, he was going somewhere. And I was in the car with him. He was driving. And I think this was my first trance. I
Okay.
had a trance. And I had a vision. It seemed like I became unaware
Mm-hmm.
of my surroundings, of where I was and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the car with him, and all of a sudden, I see myself on a pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
And I have on this long white dress, and the Bible open. I just can't get the verses in the chapter verbatim. Faith, you can listen and put it on the screen. And I heard him say, and I read it from the Bible, be ye holy, for I am holy. The message will be, you've got to be holy.
Mm.
And that's how I
Just
got
like
the
that.
first message.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I had no idea. I'll tell you, I was nervous. And I said, Lord, I got to get out of this. I got to tell people. So I preached that sermon. And then God blessed. And I would preach at our church. And I would
Mm-hmm.
get so hoarse. I couldn't talk. My voice would cut off in mid-air a lot of the times. And we got members on here. And it would
Mm-hmm.
just cut off. And that's an embarrassing thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you trying to deliver the word of the Lord. And Faith got the script on the screen for those who are interested in. That's what the Lord spoke to me when he launched me into ministry. And so the voice would be weak, the voice would be hoarse and everything. Devil would laugh at me, pick
Mm-hmm.
at me. Oh, I done been there. Hey,
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
fun at me and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept on persevering. I kept on going on. And
Yeah.
bit by bit, God stepped in and God began to strengthen my voice to let me deliver the word. Every now and then I might have a little post nasal drip, something get down my throat like it did the other night. That just
Mm-hmm.
silence in the post nasal drip, but it's nothing compared to losing your voice and
Yeah.
being hoarse. And I feel like Paul
Mm-hmm.
Paul had a thorn in his flesh,
Mm-hmm.
but God told Paul, "Say my grace is
It's the
sufficient for you."
picture.
And
Mm-hmm.
even in my weakness, when I would go through that, I just felt like God was letting me know my grace is sufficient for you. And the
Mm-hmm.
enemy then desired to cut off my voice so I would not have a voice on today. And
Mm-hmm.
I can remember Julia's sister, Mary Luke, was my best
Oh yeah.
friend, Lord,
Oh
my
yeah.
best friend.
Yes.
We
Yes.
shared so much. Y'all remember Sister Mary Lucas?
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
shared so much together. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember one day, God bless her soul, she's gone on now, and I can say to be with the Lord, because to
Yeah.
be absent in the body is to be
Be
present with
present
the
with
Lord.
God.
So
Mm-hmm.
we were driving, Mary was driving a station wagon, I'm sitting in there, and she always called me mother, even though we were classmates, the
Yeah. She
same
did.
age. She said, Mother, God's going to use your voice. And I
Mm.
said, Lucas, what are you talking about? She said, Mother, God's going to use your voice. Now, fast forward, I didn't have much voice. And she
Uh-huh.
said, Mother, you can't hear it, but you watch what I tell you.
Mm.
God's going to use your voice.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to love riding the back of her station wagon too when we was little. Yes, yes, yes. We definitely miss her. And shout out to her sons,
Yes, yes,
Tyrone
we do.
and Dwayne, and sister Julia, her sister, who is, faithful, faithful.
Yes, Julia is
And
very faithful. She's online tonight. And
yes,
we call her Mama J at
yeah,
Emmanuel Temple. And she
yeah,
always, Lucas will always live in my heart because God gave her eyes to see when people
hmm,
weren't seeing spiritually.
yeah.
God gave her ears to hear when people weren't hearing spiritually.
And
So
I
I
met
thank God for that.
and she would always not hesitate to start devotional service at church either on Sunday morning, get the service going, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, definitely. So how much did we go to church growing up when we was kids, and
Woo!
you being a pastor's wife and new evangelist and everything? How much church did we did we
Went
do
to church all the time. And
all
your
the
father
time?
likes to say, we don't go to church like we used to. And I know we older
Whew,
now
yeah.
and we can't go and do like we did, but we stayed in church all the time. One time your dad did a revival services,
Mm,
and it was 15 weeks long.
15 weeks. Lord have
Now, yes, sir. Not at one church, but several churches. 15 weeks straight. We went to
mercy.
church in the winter. I remember being in churches and back then, churches didn't have central
Right,
air,
and the
didn't
kerosene
have central
heated.
heat. And
Yeah.
I would carry those blankets. And I kept you in Faith. I think you were the baby during that time. And
Okay.
Faith would be on the seat right beside Matt wasn't born. And I
Uh-huh.
would have Faith wrapped up in a blanket. And I'd have another blanket wrapped up on you
Mm,
and kept you guys warm.
yeah.
So we went to church. Matt B,
Yeah.
that's the first church your dad
McB,
started
South
pastoring.
Carolina. Yeah.
Went to Mac B in the morning. What 28 miles, I believe. 28
Yeah.
miles.
Yeah. They
28
had the
miles
Ku Klux
to
Klan used to be
to
out there
Mac
too.
B. And we would go to church on Sunday morning.
Hmm.
Come back. I don't know how I was able to fix food. I must have was a.
And
I tell you,
go
I
back
don't
to
know how
McB.
God did it.
Yeah.
But I would fix food, feed you all.
And
Everybody
go
would
back.
eat, and we went back to Mac B 28 miles on a Sunday
Hmm.
night.
And you would see the Ku Klux Klan in MacB sometimes. I remember,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know what they were till later in school when we in the history books. But I was like, oh, we used to see them sometimes in MacB
Mm-hmm.
when we stop at the store or something like that. So yeah, and at one point, bringing dad up, overseeing what, 5 churches at one time: MacB, South Carolina Crusade Center, Cash Revival Center, helping Evangelist Brown up in Washington D.C.
Uh-huh.
And I'm probably missing one, missing another church, but overseeing five
You was
churches.
busy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you stayed on the road a lot with your dad.
Well, yeah, playing music. Once I started playing music, my dad made sure I was going. I'm going up and down the road, even on school nights, and my homework might not be finished all the way. But we going to revival
Uh,
somewhere.
yeah, that was
But
Patrick. Excuse me, that was Patrick, South Carolina. That's the
Pat
name of the
Patrick.
town
Okay, okay.
where the KKK
Yeah,
was.
Yes, yes. So we get, so many memories, seeing different things. Of course, myself being in Faith and Matt, we being young, but we so thankful at this age, especially for the upbringing, for the church being a foundation, for y'all teaching us, and for us being a part of it, because it plays such an integral part of how we live now, and how and what we strive to be as not just Christians, but as
Mhm.
people.
As people. Got
Yeah.
morals instilled inside of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing what's
Absolutely.
right, knowing what's wrong, and that goes a long way.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, and then, so how did, when you, from evangelist to prophetess, what was that transition like?
Well, God had told me I was going to be a prophet.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know what a prophet was.
Yeah.
only prophet, only prophet I knew was Prophet E.W. Redden.
Yes.
And so that's what the Lord had told me. Okay, God exposed me a lot to dreams,
Mm-hmm.
visions, and things of that nature. And I would dream, and I'm telling you, whatever I dreamt, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever told you the Lord showed me something when I was asleep, you could
Mm-hmm.
take it to the bank
Yeah.
because it was going to happen. And while I'm having these dreams and visions still yet, I didn't really understand that it was prophetic because I didn't understand a prophet. People weren't teaching on spiritual gifts,
Uh-huh.
like the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, pastors, the teachers. So basically, God taught, yeah, I like that. God taught me.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
He taught me how the role of a prophet and what a prophet does. Your
Mm-hmm.
dad went to a service. Matter of fact, he was in the D.C. area. Probably was up there helping Pastor Brown with the
Uh-huh.
church. And on the way coming back home, he stopped at a church in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and
Mm-hmm.
they were having church services. And he came home. He told me about it, and the man of God prophesied some things to him. And then personally, and then he said something that was shocking because your dad told me. He said, he told your daddy, he said, man, you married to a prophet and you don't even
Mm.
know it yourself.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
My,
Yeah. So
everybody.
that was the confirmation.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
your father told me those words, and I was in the kitchen cooking. And you know what? The Lord slayed me on the floor,
Mm.
and I laid there for a little while. I got up, went back to cooking. I didn't
Wow.
say nothing about it.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And
Mm.
kept it to myself, but I've always journaled.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've
You have
always, y'all know I got notebooks on top of notebooks.
notebooks or
And
yeah.
I got to read this comment. What you saying,
Okay.
Tim? Oh,
Yeah. Can you see it?
yeah. So notebooks on top of notebooks. Now I've always written everything the Lord spoke to me, the Lord showed me. I have a record. So as God began to move in my life, I've now, and here several years back, I've been going through my different journals and I
Mm-hmm.
put check mark
Oh,
about what the Lord said.
things that come to
So
pass.
we went to Myrtle Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and your dad was a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Chamber of Commerce, he was there for that, or either the Election Commission. I can't
Okay.
remember which one. But anyway, he got ready that morning. He went on downstairs to his meeting. And I was in the hotel room, and I yet had to get a shower and get dressed. So
Mm-hmm.
here I go. I got the bath. I'm in the mirror, and I'm brushing my teeth and doing all kind of things like that. And I heard the voice. Oh, my shot. I heard the voice of the Lord say, he began to tell me, he said, I want you to know you will never be able to get away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking around.
Mm-hmm.
He said it again. You will never be able to get away from me. He said, I bought you a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally said that I belong unto him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm in the mirror hearing all this and I'm listening. And he said, I want you to know that you have been like a lady hiding behind a curtain,
Mm-hmm.
waiting to be revealed. But
Okay.
yea, my daughter, Now I'm getting ready to present you to my people. Woo!
Mm. And what year was this, Mom?
Okay, we went to Fisher Hill about 94, 95. So somewhere like 96, 97.
Okay, okay. Wow. Amazing.
And your
Amazing.
dad asked me about preaching that Sunday was on a Saturday.
Uh-huh.
And I said, okay. I didn't know what I was gonna preach again. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was going to sleep, and in my sleep, I dreamt. And I heard the Lord say, you will preach just in time.
Mm.
And he said, you will take it from the subject matter where Abraham went to offer his son Isaac up on
Mm.
Mount Moriah. And he
Mm.
said, most people preach it and they talk about a ram in the
In the
bush.
bush. Yeah.
I got out, but he said, you're going to take it from this angle. You are going to talk about how I stepped in just in time to prevent Abraham
From
from sacrificing
sacrificing
his
his
son.
son.
Woo!
Yeah, and that's ironic that you speak of that because in the, we're family reading the Bible for the year, and that was one of the stories that just happened, I guess, a few days or so ago with Abraham and Isaac and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
And
And
so I went to church that
uh-huh.
Sunday and I preached the message, didn't preach long because I didn't have much voice. And
Uh-huh.
that's the first time God used me to call people out.
Mm.
And I called people out and I began to speak words over them. I had never heard this stuff before, but I
Yeah.
began to speak. So God presented me himself to the people. To this day, I
Mm.
have never told anybody I was a prophet.
Mm. Wow.
People have called me that. I never told anybody. Never.
Yeah. And when you're of a certain cloth, you don't have to title yourself. It's gonna speak for itself, and the
Mm-hmm.
people, like you say, the people will call you that. And I don't know if you can walk us through that. I don't want to be too long-winded tonight, but when you're operating in your gift and you see things, God shows you things about people.
Yes, I have impressions
Mm-hmm.
and I feel it laid in my heart. I feel this strong impression, strong feeling. And then I begin to hear.
Okay.
And I prophesy according to faith. Every man is given a measure of faith. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever we do it by faith. But I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can feel it.
And you can
I'm
hear.
able to pick up sicknesses on people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to see when they need deliverance or whatever. Just like we were down in the church, because there most of the people on the live with us the other night.
Yeah, I was on
And we
there
were in
too.
Mullins, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And the young man was over there playing the music. And I just looked over here at him. And I was enjoying it. And I walked to the table. And the table was right where he was playing the music. And that's
Mm-hmm.
when God began to give me downloads. And
Mm-hmm.
God began to let me know that young man had been going through warfare. It was very serious. And our enemy was doing everything he could to destroy him and to kill him. But the Lord said that he was going to fulfill the call and fulfill the destiny. Now, before I got up to prophesy to him, I asked Pastor Brenda, because she's the pastor there now,
Uh-huh.
what his name was. And she told me his name was Jeremiah. And
Mm.
unbeknownst, that was Bishop Park's son.
Wow. Wow.
And I began to release those words unto that young man. And I don't have to ask people if it's true. I just watch
Hmm.
the person's face.
That's it. That's it. That's all you
So the
need to
face
know.
don't lie.
That's right. That's right. Especially, like you said, if it's true and they're not expecting it, the face will
Uh-huh.
always let you know.
And the young man, he began to cry. And ironically, at the close, said we had already gone off camera.
Uh-huh.
His sister testified and said she was in the back doing some things. She heard me talking to him. She came out because he has been told this so many times.
Mm.
And they know, I don't know. Now watch this.
Uh-huh.
The young man is Bishop's son.
Uh-huh.
They've been having church all the month of January. Bishop Park was going in for the whole month of January. That young man had not been to church not one night
Mm. Until that night.
until that night.
Wow.
So God had that night set up for that young man to
To
hear
hear
those
that.
words.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. And real quick before we proceed, if you guys, this is an interactive chat. I can't see the screen too well on my end, but
Next week,
you got a
brother.
question, a comment, feel free to type it. We're not going to hold you guys all night, but there is a couple of couple of things I do, recall you sharing with us, Mom, and I would like for you to share them with the audience. One would be I think when you were taking night classes and shorthand, you were having some trouble with shorthand, and I think you had a dream and figured out it was something you
It
were
was a
having trouble.
math. It was a math.
Math, okay, and you had a dream. That's one, and then the other, I think I want you to share the story about when Aunt Marilyn was in Saudi Arabia and
Woo!
the dream. We could
Okay,
do
I'll
those
do the
two.
math one first.
Okay, do the.
All right. God blessed me to go back to Chesterfield Marlboro Technical College after being out of high school 15 years.
Mhm.
And I went to technical college and I have a degree and we call it Associate of Business. And I was doing the Secretary of Science and we had to take accounting classes, math classes, and all this. So I was working my lesson. And I got to the point there was one math question I couldn't work out. I didn't know the answer whatsoever. We had church. It was on a Friday night. And I had worked up until that time working on that math, trying to solve that problem. But the equation be so long, taking up a whole sheet of paper. Anybody know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about?
Yeah.
So I had work. We went to church. And on the way coming back from church, I went to sleep. I was dreaming. And in the dream, I found myself in the classroom. Our hand was on up to the board with a piece of white chalk working that problem out. Told me to
Mhm.
watch it, told me to pay attention. And I watched that hand as it did that problem, got down there and put the answer there. And when I woke up, I said, God, I solved the problem. And
Mhm.
God was so good, he let me retain the dream.
Mm.
So probably that Saturday when I got together, I finished that problem. Went to tech on that Monday, went to
Mhm.
that math class. I was the only one.
Got the
Got the
answer right.
problem right.
Mm.
God taught me. Ever.
Yeah. That's all right.
God
That's all right.
teaches math.
Yeah, yeah. Ain't nothing too hard for God. Come on, somebody.
God teaches
What?
math. Anybody out there in school,
Mm-hmm.
got children in school, and they're having difficulties in subjects in math or whatever. I want you to know right now, God is a math teacher. He created math, and just as He did it for me, He'll
Mm-hmm.
do it for them. He'll help them solve their problems.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Got a couple of comments.
Can you see them, baby?
I'm on my phone. Let's see.
Okay,
I
Brother
went to
Lamont
school with you.
Townsend.
Okay. Oh, Deborah McNair. I'm on my computer real quick. I went to school
Okay.
with you. I can see that one. And what else we got? Am I missing one? And Lamont Townsend. God used you to speak into his life. I think that was referring to the musician that you was talking about a little while
He's
ago.
my spiritual son out of
Okay.
Waynesboro, North Carolina. He came over to the service with us on Thursday night at the Expected End Ministry with Pastor Betty Tillman.
Okay, and I was in that live too. I enjoyed the service on Thursday night. Now you have to tell us about the
Oh,
those about Aunt Marilyn when she was in what was it? The war in the
she was in
Persian
Saudi
Gulf,
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia,
Yeah, she was over there during the Gulf War, Desert Shield, Desert
Desert
Storm.
Storm. Mm-hmm.
Came up that time with wasn't it Osama bin Laden?
Was that it? Might have been. Was that the time? I'm trying to think because this was around what 88.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. Florence, you want to drop the name? Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein. That's the one
Saddam
before
Hussein.
that.
Okay, she
Yeah.
was over there. All right. And she was in Germany, and things were progressing. And they began to send the troops out, because she was in the United States Army. They began to send the troops over to Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, sir. They began to send the troops over to Saudi Arabia. Now, fast forward, before she was sent out, she had to do this will. And she sent, thank you, baby, she sent this brown envelope to me. And when I opened up that thing, that was like the last will and testament. And she had Mario. And so it prevents if anything were to happen to her while she was in the army, that she lost her life or whatever, I would have to take care of Mario.
Our
And I
cousin,
would be
your
his
nephew.
surrogate mother, and I would raise him. And so, quite naturally, that sadness a lot. So the war, they sent over to Germany. And from Germany to Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
The war broke out. Never forget, James came down to the house on Evergreen Street. Florence may have come too. And they had started the war, and we just grabbed each other and hugged each other, probably prayed because we cried because our sister over there in the war zone, and we didn't want anything to happen to Marilyn. And I prayed for her, and I would ask God to keep her and ask God to protect her during the time of the war. And I would send letters, and the letters would travel very slow. But I wrote a letter, and I began to tell her about the dream that I had. God, oh my, it's coming back to me even better.
Yeah, in
I
West
saw the
Virginia.
war in Saudi Arabia before it happened. And I told members of our church, I said, there's going to be a war in Saudi Arabia. And I never get, they looked at me, some laughed. Yeah, I'm used to people laughing at me. They laugh. How do you know a war is going to happen in Saudi Arabia? I said, I've been there. I saw it. I heard it. There's going to be a war in Saudi Arabia. So God transported me to Saudi Arabia in the spirit realm through a dream, and I saw it. So I was in Saudi Arabia. I had on the army fatigues. I was there with those women. I was comforting them, and I was telling them not to be afraid, giving them the 91st Psalm, and telling them that God was going to take care of them. That's the dream. I wrote the letter, and I sent it off to my sister Marilyn. And my letter is traveling to Saudi Arabia. And in the meantime, I'm getting a letter from her. So when I got the letter from Marilyn, I began to read it. And she was thanking me for being in Saudi Arabia. She said she felt my presence, in Saudi Arabia. And she told her, the women, because Marilyn was a sergeant, and she told the people under her that we're going to be okay. Because my sister is here with us in Saudi Arabia. And to God be the glory. God bought her. Brought her back home safe, brought her back home sound with her little bossy self, but God brought her back.
Yeah, and you know, one thing that's always stood out to me about that you telling us that is because, obviously your spirit traveled over there in order for her to feel your presence. But the interesting part is while you were in dreaming and in your sleep state, dad woke you up for church or something like that before your dream was over. What and tell us how your body felt when you got woke up and how you were a little off and it took
Okay,
you
that's
out to
another
settle.
dream.
Oh,
We were in Virginia.
that's another dream.
It's
Okay.
another. We were in Virginia, and he was there doing a revival service, and that's when Marilyn was stationed in California. Girl didn't have me tracked. She was stationed in California, and she had got into some trouble with some girls, and they were fighting and going on. And here I find myself. I'm in California, and I broke the fight up, and I told Marilyn, I'm holding my thought. God bless the Charlotte, North Carolina. And I told Marilyn, I said, go get in the car and stay there. And I'm getting this fight under control. But knowing her, she was hard-headed. She got out of the car and came back. So I'm trying to talk to her one thing to the other, and I'm asleep. And your dad woke me up. Time to get up, to get ready to go to church. He woke me up, and I believe to this day, my spirit was still traveling. Oh, my spirit was still traveling. It didn't get back and connect in my body.
Mm.
So when I woke up, I was looking, but the vision was far off.
Mm.
I was hearing, but everybody seemed like they were far off from me.
Mm.
I would walk on the floor and I couldn't feel myself touch the floor. And your dad asked what was wrong with me. And I told him, he woke me up. My spirit's in California.
Mm.
My spirit had not come back yet and connected with my body. So I went to
Mm.
church that night, clapping my hands and everything like that. Still couldn't feel it.
Mm.
I didn't feel myself. I'm clapping. And what I'm trying to say, I didn't feel my hands touching each other.
Mm.
After service that night, they were selling hot dogs in the fellowship hall, and you all wanted some hot dogs. Open
Mm.
the pocketbook up. I couldn't even see the wallet. I can't remember whether Faith got the wallet, got the money. I can't remember whether you did it. But
Mm.
that's how y'all got your hot dogs.
Mm.
And pastor there, she asked me what was wrong. And I told her what had happened. And they prayed for me that night because she said she didn't want me to come up there to Virginia and to die and something happened to me. So she
Mm.
prayed that the Lord would keep me. And
Mm.
I had to come back to the hotel. And I think when I got back and finally went to sleep, God allowed my spirit to connect back in my body.
Mm.
These are some of the supernatural
Yeah.
happenings that your
Yeah.
mom has gone through within her life.
Yeah. Is that Pastor Wingate in Virginia?
What,
Was,
baby?
was was that Pastor Wingate in
Yes,
Virginia?
Pastor Wayne.
Okay, I remember. I remember. Yeah, and these are, and then all of these things, and these are just, I guess, the tip of the iceberg um, for lack of a better term. But these are all the things that culminated into you beginning your online ministry
Mm-hmm.
8 years ago. And what made you decide to begin your online ministry, Mom, 8 years ago, and bringing us up to present day?
Well, I'll never forget, I was at Marilyn's house on a Thanksgiving. And I think everybody was there, like 2018. And I went in the bedroom. I had never done this before. And I just got my phone. I said, well, I'm going on Facebook. And
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do a live. And I did a live just talking about Thanksgiving and how we should be thankful for what the Lord has done for us and everything. And I just kept saying, I think I can do this.
Hmm.
I believe I can. I
Uh-huh.
had no idea that doing that on that Thanksgiving day would
Yeah.
lead to the Hour Power broadcast. But I think
Hmm.
that, no, I know that's what God used to jumpstart me into this, of
Hmm.
what I'm doing right now. So fast forward 8 years. And I started broadcast. Didn't know what I was going to call it. Then I think we had Power of Hour or something. Then finally settled on the Hour of Power. And God has used this platform to transcend things. I think about that song you and Brandon wrote. We got to
Oh,
steal you
living
some of that
water.
song.
What's that?
You remember the song?
Living
Like
water,
the Living Water song?
transcending barriers, transforming lives.
And that's what God has used this ministry to do, transcend barriers
Hmm.
and transform lives.
Uh-huh.
And one of my good friends, she may not be on here now, she may watch it later, but Jeanette Levy
Okay.
Lewis went to school with her. And she listened at the broadcast Sunday morning that your dad and I did for the church service since church had been canceled.
Yes.
And Jeanette sent me this message. And she said, Francis, you have a scent.
Mm.
She said, everywhere you go, you leave your smell. Head condos.
Hmm.
She said, whether in person or whether online, you
Mm.
leave your scent.
Wow.
I had never heard anything like that in my life.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how people are gravitating this way.
Hmm.
It's not because of any fancy words
Hmm.
or anything like that. They're gravitating because they know when they come, it's down earth. It's going to
Hmm.
be hard sometimes.
It's
They know
real.
I'm going to get excited sometimes,
Yeah.
but I'm reaching them where they need to be reached.
Yeah.
And I'm helping them where they need to be helped. So this is all God's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And what is it that makes you so passionate about leading people to Christ or making or teaching, just to make sure that we do our best to get into those heaven gates when our time is up? What is it that makes you so passionate about that?
Because I'm passionate about it because I know what the Lord has done for me personally in my life. I'm not saying that everything is going to get better overnight because, see, that's a scammer.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah.
Kevin said one time she was calling me and I didn't recognize the number and I didn't answer her. And she
uh,
left me a voicemail message.
uh,
And when I listened, she said, Mama, this is heaven. I'm not a scammer. So I'm not a scammer.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't tell people, you come to Christ and everything is going to get better. But I tell them to come to Christ and let Christ help you. Let
Hmm.
him help you in your life situation. That's what it has done for me. And
Yeah.
that gives me a burning desire and a passion to tell people, let Christ come into your life. Things
Hmm.
may be difficult now. Not saying it's going to change because we shouldn't lie to people.
Oh, can't lie
We
to
got a
him.
lot of lying preachers.
Yeah,
It doesn't change like that.
yeah.
We have to work our way through some stuff, but God will help us. And I
Hmm.
want people to know they're not in this by themselves, that God is right there with them. And as Jeremiah told me a couple of years back, they're going to be okay.
It's gonna be
And
okay.
sometimes people need to know, even the people who consider themselves the worst of the worst,
Yeah,
need to know that inside of them is the breath of God.
yeah.
Because God breathed breath into every human being. All of us got a part of God in us.
Hmm.
And sometimes we don't know that until someone comes along who is able to relate to that to let them know. So I
Hmm.
think that's where I got this burning passion,
Hmm.
walking with God.
Hmm.
All of my little life, I'm a little girl.
Hmm. From humble beginnings till now, and
Mm-hmm.
people just need something to hold on to sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't find anything tangible to hold on to, so you need something spiritual. And you need a word it might just to get you through the next day. People deal with all type of issues, depression, mental illness, sickness, different things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So sometimes people need something just to grasp onto,
They
just to get
do.
them through another night.
They do. And that's
Yes.
what we're here giving people hope.
Yeah, you gotta have hope. You
But
got
got to
especially
keep hope alive.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the infamous words of Jesse James, right? Keep hope alive,
Keep hope alive. Don't let your hope go because you let hope go, you don't have anything.
That's
And we
right.
have people that may have come on this broadcast tonight and they don't have hope. They
Um,
may be in a difficult spot in their lives right now. And they don't know how they're going to make it. They don't even know how they're going to overcome. But
mhm.
God wants them to know He's here. He said, I never leave you, nor will I
Nor
forsake
forsake
you.
you. Hmm.
And God will see you through.
That's right.
God will bring you out. And that's what I teach them too, to walk by faith, not by sight.
Hmm.
I've been teaching this online ministry for years now how to decree things over their lives, how we really don't have to wait on anybody to speak over us, but we
You
can
do it
speak for
yourself.
ourselves.
That's true.
How we open up our mouths and
Yes.
He will decree a word over us.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you would like to cover? We stay on here till tomorrow morning if we went through everything. But is there anything that you would like to say that you didn't get a chance to share through my question asking?
Mm, I'm trying to think. Well, we'll be on here all night. So
You will be on here all night. We might have to do a part two.
I think what we want the audience to know, as you said, know something about me, how I got here. I'm not an overnight wonder
Uh-huh.
because when you become an overnight wonder, you end up being an overnight blunder.
Yeah.
So I've been trained in God's school. God has taught me the things that I know. Pastor Gene Sellers, one of our local pastors, was in a service that I did at our church. And she listened to me because I teach and go in depth into the word before I get preaching.
Uh-huh.
And Pastor Sellers said at the end of the message, she said, God has given you the tongue of the learned. And
Mm.
that blessed me really, really good. God has given me the tongue of the learned. And that means like somebody may have gone to college and studied this stuff
Hmm.
and learned this stuff in theology school. but God has given this to me. And he's given me that desire to study his word,
Mm-hmm.
to break his word down. And I was sharing with a lady even yesterday in our store, and some of these online have heard me say it before. When I was growing up, I had a desire to be a teacher. That was my desire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to college and I was going to teach school.
Uh-huh.
And we didn't have money. Like we didn't have
Yeah.
money when y'all went, but thank the Lord, he blessed
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I had a cousin that came in from New York City. And she was good at getting loans and everything, grants. And she got all this stuff in place. And I was accepted to South Carolina State College in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was set to go. But my mama was afraid I'd be the first one to leave home. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't want me to go off to college, afraid something
Mm-hmm.
might happen to me or whatever. So I didn't go to college. And
Yeah.
I know that kind of hurt me a lot. So I think that's why I put in you all, you're going to college.
Yeah. Yeah. We
I
didn't
sent
have no
I
choice.
sent all three of y'all off to college fine.
Yeah, we didn't have no choice, but I'm thankful because that's why I made a lot of my musical connections and things like that that I still utilize to this day. So even though I went to college and I got my degree in something else, I always got a plan B if necessary, but I still had a lot of experiences and made a lot of connections with people that I still utilize to this day. So we thankful for it. And I will say, I think I can say on behalf of Faith and Matt and myself, we appreciate you. We love you. You always in our corner, even on my show that I do live every Tuesday. Once again, that's No Shortcuts with Midas and Fame, ladies and gentlemen. Mom is
Mm-hmm.
there almost every Tuesday when we go live. Coming up in school, playing sports, making sure I got to practice at the games on the football field. I'm out on the field. I could hear you to the side. Even in junior high when I was running for student government, you helped in so many ways getting the young ladies to make the posters and the pins, and I
Mm-hmm.
ended up winning that, being vice president of Student Government Association going into ninth grade. So we just appreciate you. You're always there. You're the perfect definition of a mother. I couldn't ask for anything more. And we appreciate all your sacrifices. We appreciate all your teachings. We appreciate all your motivation. We appreciate all the you not allowing us to take any shortcuts on anything. We appreciate all the housework, all the chores, keeping us out of trouble. But it just makes us the people that we are today, and we all involved with your ministry, still doing different things, but we're all involved, and you make sure that that we're taken care of for our contributions, and we certainly appreciate it. And again, we want to say happy birthday, happy 72nd birthday, and happy anniversary. 8 years of the Hour of Power. And once again,
Yes.
thank you all who are watching this live or watching the replay. Thank you all so much for supporting this platform. It means the world to us that you support our mother in her dreams, in her visions, in her ministry. That her ministry may be international. It doesn't have to be just local. It doesn't just have to be regional. It doesn't just have to be national. But through the internet waves, she has an international ministry, and we're so thankful and we're so proud of you, Mom. And keep up the good work. And thank you for allowing me this opportunity to do a bit of an interview and give the people just a different side of yourself and a little backstory for those who may not know a lot of the ins and outs. They may just see you on Thursdays or Saturdays and they
Mm-hmm.
didn't know how you came to this place of ministry. But I believe God has his hands on you, has his hands on you for a long time. And you're
Amen.
just walking in the fruition of that. Everything is coming to pass, and you're definitely dedicated to your calling, and we certainly appreciate you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you, baby, for accepting it,
Uh-huh.
the um the invitation.
Yes.
to come and to do this interview. I think everyone has been blessed. I think they have enjoyed it. That's why I call it a special edition. It will be
Hmm.
something a little different tonight.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to go back and hit it
Go
hard
back to
again.
it.
But
Yeah.
tonight, we just kind of laid back. It's snowy outside,
Yeah.
and taking our time and enjoying the goodness of the Lord. And as my son said, he contributes music, he helps out. And you all should come on sometime. He's on Saturday nights whenever he can, and on Thursday night. And I tell you, he keeps us laughing, he keeps us rolling. He was on this past Sunday speaking to everybody. So I
Yeah.
invite you all to come on and just be there and look at his No Shortcuts. It's a nice program.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm encouraging you all, if you're not doing anything on Tuesday, what time? 12 o'clock?
12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No shortcuts with Midas and Fame. We talk about basically entrepreneurship, life, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Mhm.
we'd love for you all to do that. And I thank God for Mr. M. Smooth himself, Matthew.
Yeah, Matt.
He's not on camera, but Matt is over my YouTube channel. He bosses me around, and I have to get my videos to him on time.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, you just in time. You spoke him up.
And he's my boss on YouTube. I get those videos out to him so he can upload them and edit it and do all that he does. He does a fantastic job. So I salute my son, Matt Hardison. And
Hmm.
then the boss behind the boss of everything is Faith Hardison Godbolt. She's the
Hmm.
one behind the scenes, and she makes sure that everything flows the way it should flow. And I thank God it's a family affair.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It's a
We
family
definitely
affair. So if
believe in
anybody got
supporting
any
each other.
question, anything you want to say, we're gonna get ready to get off of here. Let me see what missionary said.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good
Yeah.
time.
She said she thank God I sat in this chair.
Yes, yes, yes. It might be snowing on the outside, depending on where you are. Definitely in the southeast region, but we didn't want to leave you guys hanging tonight. Wanted to come on and break a little bread, but do something a little bit different.
Now, this lady on the screen, she's a childhood friend. We've been best friends all of our lives.
Uh-huh.
Her grandmother and my mother were best of friends. And
Oh,
Linda moved away, I think before we finished high school, to the
okay.
DC area. And her
Okay.
twin sister passed recently. So still yet keep
Condolences.
Linda in prayer. But we have
Yeah.
always been close. And I thank God that she supports me from afar. That means a lot.
Oh, it does. It does. Because your time is your most valuable resource. You can have money,
Uh-huh.
you can lose money, you can get some money back. With time, you spend it here, you lose a little time, you won't get it back. So time is your most valuable resource. And where you spend it says a lot.
And Audrey, that's our cousin, Audrey
Okay.
McQueen. This is
Okay.
John James, all
Oh,
John James.
okay.
Her mama and my mother were cousins, but they were brought up just like sisters.
Oh,
And
that's
Audrey is coming
awesome.
to us from Georgia.
Okay. Yeah, hello, family. Thank y'all for being on tonight. We appreciate that.
Look at that, Sister Barbara Ingham from the North Carolina area.
All right, all right. Hello to her.
Thank you, Sister Barbara. She's a faithful viewer.
So a lot of these names I remember from the comments for sure
All
when I'm
right.
when I'm
They
on. So,
remember.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Is
Cousin
that Napoleon?
Napoleon coming out of High Point. Thank you,
Cousin
cousin.
Napoleon. Hello, much love. Thank you for joining us. Celebrating Mom's birthday, 72nd birthday, and 8 years of the Hour of Power online ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister Sadie. She's been following me, being on this broadcast. I appreciate you so very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, y'all make sure y'all don't, if you're on YouTube, do not leave without subscribing. If you're on Facebook, make sure you hit that share it out to your friends, type some names in the comments, but we certainly thank you all. And also on YouTube, hit like the video.
And Sister Dina said this broadcast saved her.
Wow. There's a
Yes.
guy.
When she started coming on, was talking about the Eagles and therefore,
Yeah, the
and I
Eagles. Yeah.
named her my new Eagle. You're always gonna be my new Eagle.
Wow. That's amazing. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
that
yes.
that's the purpose right there. That's the confirmation of the purpose of this broadcast right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Okay,
there.
Sister Sadie is coming to us from Lumberton, North Carolina.
Okay.
Elder, thank you, Elder. Thank you,
There's
Elder.
there's sis, Elder Bird. Okay. There's so many
Yes,
folks on
yes.
tonight. I'm on a bit of a different screen, so I can't see like I normally
Okay,
normally see.
Roshanda's on the YouTube channel. This is my one of my spiritual girls out of Rockingham, North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, thank you for being a part of the Hour Power.
Yeah, we thank y'all all so
Oh,
much.
Evangelist Mace Thompson, he's always here.
Yes,
Thank
I
you,
see his
Evangelist.
name in the chat a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, hello, greetings. Thank you all so much for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed the program tonight. A little something different, but giving you guys a chance to know Apostle Francis D. Hardison on a little deeper level and her journey into the eight years of the Our Power community.
And Missionary Kathy Gaddy, Deaconess Kathy Gaddy said, great job, Jeremiah.
Oh, thank you so much. They put me on the spot, but I got a little bit of experience. And it's mom's birthday. I couldn't say no. I couldn't say no. I was in the kitchen cooking. I had to run back outside with Isaiah in the snow right fast. And then come in and kick all the snow off my shoes, change my clothes, and sit down at the computer. Come on, somebody. Y'all don't hear me. Get it
You're going
all
to start
done.
rolling.
You get it all done. Hmm.
So what Faith said, Tim,
What did she say? I'm sorry.
you have a lot of experience and you are
Oh
blessed.
yeah, your check is in the mail. It's coming. Slide her a
He,
couple
he
coins to
does an
type nice
excellent
things.
job. Well, I know you
It
all were
was.
blessed.
It's my
I
pleasure.
have been blessed beyond measure. Now, if anyone would like to sow into the Hour Power Ministry or to my birthday, we don't put links in there anymore because Facebook has gotten so
I tell
crazy
you.
about links. But if you would like to sow or give something, if you would comment the word give in the comment section, a link will be sent to you. Anything you could give, anything the Lord lay upon your heart to sow tonight would be greatly appreciated. You heard my son say they help me and they don't charge me, they don't ask me for anything. But I think it not robbery to give them, to sow into them once a month, to let them know that I appreciate what they do. And if you
Hmm.
can't take care of family, you can't take care of anybody.
It's true.
Charity starts home. And so that's what I do. So if you would like to be a blessing to me for my birthday or for the Hour Power 8 years being online,
Yeah.
comment the word give and the information will be sent to you. And if you don't do PayPal or Cash App, you already know what to do. Drop me a letter in the mail. Write
Yes.
to me at Post Office Box 972, Sherrill, South Carolina, zip code 29520. No seed is too small. Whatever you give, it will be greatly appreciated. Love all
Hmm.
of you. Is Jeremiah still in the background? Is he gone altogether, Faith? Give her a minute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And she's gonna be celebrating the rest of the month of February also. So if you don't have it tonight or you want to do it next week, y'all know how to get in touch with her. We're gonna be celebrating the whole month of February.
People that enjoyed it, thank the
That's
Lord.
one I'm so glad, so
Okay,
glad.
Jeremiah is gone. We thank
Yeah.
him for coming on our grandson and their nephew to say a few words to thank us, to say happy birthday to his grandma. It meant the world and all to me. All right,
Yeah.
anything else you got to say, baby?
No, I just would like to thank everybody one final
Oh,
time.
this is going
Thank
to
y'all.
comment on the screen, baby.
Okay, hold on. Let me let it load up. I'm trying to look on. I'm on my computer, but it's a little slow
Oh,
behind
that's from
here.
your dad.
Oh, really? Okay. It'll pop up on my
A great
computer.
job, my family. Keep up the good work. Happy
Yes.
birthday once again to my wife. Thank you, thank you,
That's
thank
the
you.
that's the hardest working man in show business himself, Bishop Jerry T. Hardison Sr. The hardest working man in show business. Yeah, it
Hardest
was
working man. He's working right now.
Yeah, yeah. But I just want to thank everybody again. Thank you all for not just being here tonight, but for being here, whether you've been here for 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 7, or all 8 years. I just want to say thank you. That's all. That's about it. But I had a good time, going down memory lane with my mother on you guys for you guys' behalf this evening, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Okay, Dad, so you did a great job with the interview, Tim.
All right, thanks, Dad. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I got to call Dad in a little while.
Oh, we thank God for our star senders on tonight. Missionary Deaconess Kathy Gaddy and our new eagle, Sister Dina McCray.
All
Thank you,
right.
thank you, thank you. All right, we're going to try to
Fantastic.
get ready to get off here. I believe I've got everything.
Uh-huh.
Before you put my screen back down.
Okay, no
All
worries.
right, we said everything we need to say. Thank you all for being here tonight, for joining us. Don't forget, sprinkle, 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 so everybody can get a chance to see this broadcast and learn a little bit more about me and
Yeah.
meet me back this coming Saturday at 7 o'clock p.m. for another exciting hour of power. And I
Yeah.
say unto all of you, as I say every week, I am Apostle Francis D. Hardison. You go with God, and you already know that God will go with you. Good
Yeah.
night, my
Y'all stay
love.
warm, stay warm, stay blessed. Stay safe.